Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique, and I mentioned in my last month's Fae deck video that I'd been looking at the Chrysalis Tarot with an idea of actually using it this month as my Fae deck. And what I've been doing for the past few weeks is sort of researching it a little bit, and I've got this book, I've had this book a while on my shelf, which is a US game system book from 2016. I'm up to the Minor Arcana now, but it's quite a dense book actually. So I've been reading that just while I've been sitting in a coffee shop. That's just something to read, and I've been really enjoying it, and the background to the deck and the artist's vision for the deck. And in here it actually shows the original, although in black and white, it shows the original artwork. So that's really nice to actually, let's see, I've put some notes in, but it's really nice to compare to the actual deck. Now, I say the actual deck. I've got the actual deck here, which I've never ever opened, and I've had it a long time and never opened it. Why? Because I use the app, which is so vibrant. The colours in this are absolutely gorgeous. My favourite card is that one, which just so happens to be the image on the box there, which I think is amazing. But yeah, vivid, beautiful colours on the app. Gorgeous they are. And it gives the write-ups as well. And also if you press theirs, you get the full text from the book there. So yeah, that's what I've been using. So what I thought I'd do today in preparation for the month ahead, the month of May, is go through the actual deck. So yeah, I thought you might like to come along with me. Okay, so let's finally take the wrapping off the deck. So the paintings, the artist is Holly Sierra. And yeah, this deck's been out quite some time. The guidebook, and I presume the little white book in here as well, is written by Tony Brooks. So it's a team. What does it say? A delightful troupe of medieval messengers join mythological and otherworld characters to whisk you away on a spiritual adventure. With exquisite artwork, Chrysalis Tarot opens up your psyche and illuminates your path toward personal destiny. Interesting, that's the world card, Psyche. We've got some images here, look at this. I think this artwork is delightful. There's Psyche. We have the Healer, which is the Page of Mirrors, which will be the Page of Cups. And as you can see, we've got quite a border around some of the cards as well. I just love this moon image. It just speaks to me. Beautiful. Okay, look at that. You can see, we're in for a treat here. If you don't know this deck, probably do know this deck if it's been around such a long time. Oh, it is the first time I've opened it, so it's just a tuck box. Nothing special about that. I don't have a price on this box. I can't tell you what it retailed for when I bought it, or what it retails for now, if that's probably changed. Look at these backs. They are reversible as well. They are beautiful. So we've got our little white book, which is quite good by the looks of that. But I did have the big book, so obviously I wanted to know more, because that's what I like to do. So we've got an actual spread here, 5-card spread. Spirit, Earth, Water, Fire and Air. So we have our directions. I'm really looking forward to working with this deck actually, because it takes it to lots of different levels. We have mythology in here. Okay. So we've got about the artist, about the author there. We've got a website. Don't know if that's still active. So I have to have a little look. Oh, so good, so good. So let's just take a look at the cards together. So yeah, here we have Merlin. So you can see we've we're going to have a lot of levels within this. So Merlin is like Arthurian legend, and in this deck we have Merlin instead of the Fool, which seems quite strange, doesn't it? Because we've got a wise old man, a wizard, instead of an innocent fool, as we're normally used to seeing. But Merlin is here as our guide, that's going to guide us through the deck. Okay, so that's Merlin. This one's got like a storybook feel to it, hasn't it? The cat. Ravens for the magician. So we've got some Odin energy here. So that's Norse mythology. So yeah, we're going a lot of different directions with this deck. So it says, yeah, Norse. So this is the Norse tree of life. I'm not going to go too deep into this from what I've learned from the book yet. I want to play with the deck a bit first. But as we go through the month, I'll just record a few videos as I go. So the sorceress is Morgan Le Fay. So again, we've got Arthurian type mythology, which is the high priestess. Gaia is the empress. So this is the goddess of the earth, isn't it, Gaia? Gaia. Beautiful. The green man is the emperor. Divine child for the Hierophant. Isn't that different? This deck's going to take me in so many different directions, I know it. We've got this shell opening, we've got a candle here, we've got butterflies. There's so much imagery that we can draw from here. Paint palette, the little frog. Lots of things to draw from. Our lovers. And look, is this Merlin still with us? So our lovers are actually King Arthur and Bridget, the Celtic goddess of hearth and home and the keeper of the sacred flame. Herne the hunter for the chariot. So at 8 we have justice, not strength. So strength will come at position 11. And we've got Egyptian mythology here. Or an Egyptian goddess, Mart. Mart, I never know how to say Mart. M-A-A-T. Don't know how to pronounce it. Isn't that beautiful? And we've also got a representation here of Sekhmet, who is Mart's protector. So it's the lioness goddess there. The storyteller for the Hermes. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, every image in this deck is beautiful. Every image. The wheel for the Wheel of Fortune, which is this card here. It's a shame that they're not borderless, actually. Hey ho. So we've got a statue of a goddess here as well. Okay, for strength, we have a character. And this is from Haitian background, voodoo, in fact, Papa Legba. We have the Celtic owl for the hanged man. So we have an archetype. Ariadne for death, which is very interesting, isn't it? You know, the story of the Greek story, you know, or the Athenian story of the Minotaur and Ariadne and the labyrinth here. And then the golden flower for temperance. We have a sunflower. So this is like a mandala. And I love this for the devil card, Bella Rosa. This is Venetian, isn't it? You know, when they have the Venetian masquerades. And this mask, there's no eyes. You can't see any eyes in this one either. And we have a mirror and the lemniscate. I think it really speaks well to the devil You don't know who we're dealing with sometimes, do we? And look at the tower, it's Kali. So she's the goddess of creation and destruction, and the third eye wide open. And then LP for the star, which I love this story. Absolutely love this story. It's another Greek one. Kali was Hindu and LP is Greek. So LP brings the stars into the night sky. Look at this moon, isn't it beautiful? And this here symbol that looks like a compass is the 8-pointed star of Ishtar, but also incorporates Inanna, Isis, Aphrodite, Astarte and others. So there's lots to explore with this deck, lots to explore. And look at this sun with a tear. I've never seen a sun card that has a tear on the face. And this references Apollo and Apollo's vision for the world and how the world has become. It wasn't the way Apollo envisioned it. We have Phoenix for judgment, and we can always resurrect ourselves, can't we? We can become again if we choose to. We don't have to stay where we are. And yes, we have Psyche for the world. Look at those butterfly wings. Are they gorgeous? Apparently the word Psyche in Greek actually means butterfly or soul. So here we are in our authentic self. So where do we start here? So it's actually starting with stones. Now, I've not read anything on the minor arcana, so this is my first sort of look at them as cards. So we start with the standing stone. For the 2 we have a bear. So we can see the duality here. It's a nice cardstock, this. Like it. 3 of stones. Okay, so we've got 3 burrowing owls here around a fire. Yeah, under a tree. The 4. Okay, so yeah, holding on to our treasure here, keeping it safe. 5. Yeah, we've got the sad aspect of the 5 of Pentacles here. Feeling outcast. 6, which is the give and take card. Beautiful Celtic knotwork on the tree there. 7, holding Pan's pipes. Now I think some of the cards echo or connect to some of the other cards in this deck, so that's something I'm going to be interested in finding out. 8 of stones, we've got a stone circle. And we've got our tools here. These animals. The 9. Bit of a different image really for a 9 of Pentacles, isn't it? This person looks like they're walking away, which is not what we normally see in a 9. And the 10 here, again, that's a little bit different, isn't it? 10 of Pentacles, we normally see the generations. We've got someone here holding on to crystals. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so we haven't... The court cards must be at the back of the deck. And I remember they're not court, they're troops. So we'll go on to that in a bit. Ace of Mirrors, cups. And we can see the water flowing out of this mirror. Nice. Exquisite. 2 swans making a heart. With mirrors around their necks. The 3. The lamb and the lion lying down together. That's a bit Christian, isn't it? So harmony. 4, we have a mermaid. 5. This is a lotus flower. We have chakra energy as well in this deck, so this is quite chakra energy here, you can see. 6, there's Pan. There's Pan with his pipes, and we already saw in the 7 of stones, this person here has got Pan's pipes, so there's a storyline here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to explore. 7, this reminds me of a pre-Raphaelite painting. But anyway, this person's weaving, I think. But the mirror's broken, it's cracked. So we can read into that. 8 of mirrors. Well, this looks like some sort of an achievement, doesn't it? Because on our journey, had to look at ourselves and examine ourselves, which is what I think the mirrors sort of symbolise here. And it's taken time to actually walk this path, because look at the beard here. Oh, yeah, very interesting. The 9, so this would be the 9 of Cups. Very nice. And the 10, surrounded by mirrors. Spirals, which I believe are wands. And we have a ram here. So it varies energy. The 2, bird's nest. I'm wondering what sort of bird that is. I'm going to have a quick look and see if it tells us in the little white book. I doubt it, but we'll have a look. No, it doesn't. It just talks about the decision that the bird is trying to make. I wonder if it does in the big book. It's a wren. The male house wren is always the first to arrive in the spring to survey the land and lay claim to the nesting area. When his female partner arrives, she inspects the structure just as she is doing in my painting. Okay. And the background to how wrens nest. So that book's so interesting. 3 of spirals, and we've got a face in the tree. The 4. A little cottage in the country. That's pretty. We've got a broom outside the door. I'm not quite sure what this here is, this structure. Cottage in the woods, hey? I'm thinking Hansel and Gretel. 5 of spirals, we have a dragon. Raining down fire. 6, we have some prayer flags. 7, a bear in the cave. Poking the head out. The 8, fast energy of the 8 is signified by this stag here jumping. The 9. So we have some wind energy there. And then the 10, which is a centaur, and we're on a crossroads here, so it looks like another choice. Okay, scrolls. So this will be swords. We've got keys here, the keys to the suit, and a raven. And what are they? This looks Norse. Might be wrong, but it looks it. The 2. So we have a unicorn, or is it Pegasus? It's a winged unicorn on scrolls. So scrolls are coming all the way through. Again, we've got a fox with another tear on the 3. The 4, we're resting here on our scrolls. The 5, Arthurian again, isn't it? The sword in the stone. We've got the stag energy here. Oh, I love this. If you've not heard me say it before, and I've said it many times, elephant is, for me, my late mother. We had a thing about elephants between us, me and my mother. Yeah, that was our sort of our connection, our animal connection. So anything with an elephant on, and I'm there for it. Speaks to me. The 7. So again, we've got half man, half animal. We're trying to choose which door. The 8. Beautiful. A camel in a desert. Oh. The 9. Angel weeping over a grave. We have a tiger for the 10. Okay, so now we're coming on to the court cards. Now, these court cards are somewhat different. Although it does say King, Queen, Knight and Page. Apparently they are a troop. So, sorry, these are our pentacles, our stones. This is our troop. I like the dog. Yeah, really nice, aren't they? So we've got an acrobat for the Page of Stones, an illusionist for the Knight, an artiste for our Queen, and a minstrel for our King. And this is an earth suit. I might have to think about that a little bit because it's not resonating at the moment. So those are the suits of stones or pentacles. Mirrors, which would be cups. With our King, Queen, ooh, nice, and healer. Okay, so healer for a Page, watching over the beehive. The dreamer for the Knight, that works. Like the tiger. The watcher is a Queen. The Queen of Cups is a watcher. And then the sojourner for the King. Interesting with this position of the moon change in there. I wonder if that signifies anything. Possibly. Okay, so we have now the spiral suit, which is the wands. I've got a pirate. Even got a parrot on the shoulder and a patch over the eye. No peg leg though. Anyway, the mime is the Page. We saw that on the side of the box, didn't we? Where's the box gone? There. Oh, the mime. Corsair for the Knight. We have the Muse for the Queen. And the Companion for the King. A little bird companion there as well. And then finally, we have our scroll suit, which is our swords. And we start with a poet. So we're writing poetry, a weaver, so we're weaving a story, a visionary, telling a story, and a pilgrim. So we're taking the story out into the world. I can really see these cards actually quite quickly, whereas the other ones were sort of a little bit, I don't know, I'd have to spend some time with them, I think. We've got animal companions with these two. Little kitty cat there, a rabbit there. And you would think the rabbit would go in the pentacle suit. We've got a bird here. And we've got, I'm not quite sure what that is. Is it a llama? But they've all got their own animal companions in that. So we had animal companions, I think, in all of them. Yeah, just checking. And you might notice as well they're colour coded. Bees, a tiger, an owl and a horse. We had a monkey, bird, not quite sure what I'm looking at there. Butterfly, I think, and a dog. Yeah, so they've all got animal helpers or animal companions, all the troops. So those are the cards. That's my first look at the actual cards. As I say, I know it from dipping in and out of the app. The Fool's Dog app, which is brilliant. Obviously the cards aren't as vibrant as they are on the app. And I shall, continue reading the book. And this is going to be my Fae deck for May. So, that's the first video. Today I'm talking about my deep dive deck study with the Chrysalis Tarot. I'm going to be recording this over the month. I've already done a walkthrough of the deck, which I did at the beginning of the month, although I don't think I published it at the beginning of the month. But I thought, first of all, I've already cleared and cleansed the deck, and you can see I've actually been doing daily draws with it. So let's begin actually with the Flickering Moon diary. What I've done with this diary, because as you may recall, if you watched a previous video, there was a page missing in this diary. So what I've done is taken the pages out instead of actually redoing everything. I've taken the pages out of the one that had the pages missing, and I've sort of slotted them into this one, so I've still got all that information without actually having to insert it, if you like, into the diary. So I think what I'm going to do today, we'll have a look through May in this diary, and then we will do a working with the new deck spread. It's Taurus season. So traditionally the bull, the colour is blue, pink and green, and our fairy this time is Meadowlark. And it's in the second house, and it tells you all about the astrological associations. The elements, the quality, the ruling planet, which is Venus, because it's Taurus, and in detriment is Pluto, exaltation is the moon, and fall is Uranus. So if you are a fan of astrology, your information is there to jump off from. We have some gemstones here, emerald, yeah, a lot of emerald, sapphire, which I always wear, my sapphire, aventurine and garnet. And then we're focusing on aventurine this month. Beautiful green stone aventurine. And the birth flower is lily of the valley, which is really interesting because I just bought a birthday card. My friend asked me to buy a birthday card for her friend because my friend is 89 years old and can't get to the shops. And actually the birthday card I got it had Lily of the Valley on it, and she was so over the moon. So yeah, this is all about Lily of the Valley, which apparently is highly toxic. Okay. Yeah, all of it. But it is absolutely beautiful, but in bold letters here it says never consume. Anyway, so how to work with it. And we have, so there's some of my doodlings on my drawers there. We're talking Beltane, and I did a video with my Beltane Seasons of the Witch deck, which again I'll link below. So Beltane has actually come and gone now. I'm actually videoing this, and by the time you're seeing it, which will be at the end of the month, obviously all this will be inconsequential. But for now, this is all about Beltane. So I'm just showing you really what the diary has in its contents. We have all the associations here for Beltane, the crystals, the herbs, the plants, the symbols, the rituals and spell ideas, and all about the celebration. And we have a recipe, and this is Bannock's breakfast treat. So there's the ingredients and how to make it. More of my scribblings. And then we have a May new moon. So the May new moon in Taurus is tomorrow, and I will do a spread tomorrow and film it for the new moon in Taurus. I haven't located the spread that I'm going to use yet, but that I'll do today. So here we have all about the new moon. The imagery in this book is just gorgeous. And we have our dailies, and then some magical correspondences for the Mayflower full moon, and that will be on the 23rd, and the correspondence is there. Oh, dried rose petals. I actually got some of those for the Beltane observance I did with Racine from Moon 513 this year. We used dried rose petals, so there we go. This beautiful, beautiful energy, and then we get to the end of the month, and we can make this Fey Fire potion, which is going to be interesting. Everything we need to make that. yeah, and how to use it. And then we've got some new moon wishes and desires and full moon spells. And let me tell you, my new moon wishes have been really manifesting. It's been a beautiful, beautiful few weeks for me, and I am so grateful. Okay, so that's a quick flick through the flickering cauldron diary. Flick through. I amuse myself sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to do this spread, deck interview spread. So these are the questions that I use for a new deck spread. The first position, there's 4 positions. What work are we meant to do together? The second, what am I ready to embrace and step into with our partnership? The third, how do you offer and deliver wisdom? And then the fourth, what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for me? So that's the spread. This is well and truly shuffled, this deck, because I have been using it. So let's do this deck interview spread, or working with a new deck spread. So what work are we meant to do together? What work are we meant to do together? What work are we meant to do together? I have the Visionary. So this is part of the troupe. We don't have court cards the same way we do in a Rider-Waite-Smith system. It's a different system. So the Visionary, that's just beautiful, isn't it? We'll have a look at the guidebook in a minute. And what am I ready to embrace and step into with our partnership? The 9 of Mirrors, which would be the 9 of Cups. How do you offer and deliver wisdom? That one jumped. The Illusionist. So we've got another court card, the Knight of Stones. So this would be the Knight of Pentacles. I love the colour coding as well in this deck. And then finally, what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for me? The Companion. Wow. I cannot believe there's so many troops, members of the troop. That is just, that's uncanny, isn't it? So, what work are we meant to do together? And we have the Visionary, which is the Knight of Scrolls, which would be the Knight of Swords. And the attributes are Healer and Traveller. So we're travelling together, aren't we? And it's a healing deck as well. It says, with his exotic rattle and joyful minor bird. Minor birds talk a lot, don't they? The Visionary is the troupe's spiritual healer. He resolves conflicting energies that confuse or misguide you. Wow! He helps you acquire patience as you await good things from beyond new horizons. This is beautiful. New beginnings offer abundant possibilities, yet it's important to progress deliberately, step by step, pursuing pathways of light with a clear and open mind. How do you discover pathways of light? Eat wisely, meditate frequently, and love unselfishly. The Visionary helps you appreciate life holistically. This is just the little entry from the little white book. I will, in my own time, go to the bigger entries here because there's a lot more information in this larger guidebook, I would imagine. Do we check that? It says the movie Eat, Pray, Love inspired Tony and me to create our Visionary along similar guidelines as the wonderful spiritual healer from Bali in the film. My own personal feeling is Tony is quite a visionary himself, given his achievement with Chrysalis. Memories of my marvellous trip to Bali some years ago danced through my mind as I painted this piece. Especially notable were the many colourful birds and flowers I encountered there. Yeah, we've got more information, much more information in this guidebook. So the Balinese healer Katut probably made an impression on anyone who read the book or saw the film, and I did actually both. I read the book first and I did watch the film. I love the book. Should synchronicity introduce a Katut-style visionary into your circle of friends, his message will address the need to rise above limitations of ego's rationalised theories and seek truth and harmony. A Balian is a traditional healer who regards disease as the result of disharmony. The cosmology of the Balians is similar to Chrysalis cosmology. Harmony needs to reign supreme on 3 levels, so thoughts and emotions, self, the environment, Gaia, and the other world, spirit, or illness might ensue. The visionary's vocation is to divine the sources of disharmony and restore wellness by restoring harmony to all 3 levels. In readings, the visionary's intelligent, adaptable and chatty minor bird advises to be open and honest with like-minded friends and freely discuss any disharmony present in your life. Like the Balians, non-judgmental friends and family can be of great assistance in helping overcome disease causing disharmony. So you can see just, there's a lot more meat to that guidebook, which is brilliant. So I'm not going to do that for every card because it'll be a long video, and it's going to be a long video anyway for a whole month's worth of deep dive with this deck, because it's a very unusual deck. So what work are we meant to do together? Well, healing work, that's what we're meant to do. We've got peacock feathers here, which some people thought these were eyes, evil eyes. So we're warding off with evil eye any disharmony. So it's going to bring harmony into my world, and I'm going to be more aware of being in harmony, and that's how we're meant to work together. It's going to show me how to access that. So for position 2, what am I ready to embrace and step into with our partnership? And we've got 9 of mirrors. That's really interesting because this card actually aligns to temperance, or the golden flower as it's called in this deck. We still have the golden flowers, which are sunflowers. And we've got these 2 genii here. And in the temperance card, or the golden flower card, they were there, but they were actually in jars. I'll just show you. Okay, got it. So, yeah, we still have the sunflower, the golden flower here. And the genies are actually in these here jars. And now they've been set free. So, yeah, that's how that's aligned. And some of the, some of the cards in this deck, they do align with each other, which is really interesting to explore. So what am I ready to embrace and step into with our partnership? And this is all about joy. This is going to be a joyful partnership between us. We're going to have fun, fun, fun. It says in the guidebook that this is Kuan Yin's golden flower. So that might be something to investigate. The flower's genies have been let out of their vases and now joyfully frolic in the tree of life. So this is the tree of life. Ah. They invite you to make a wish. It's the wish card. Raindrops are falling everywhere, bringing peace, balance and harmony upon all areas of your life. It also tells you to pay special attention to the meaning of nearby major arcana cards, which we don't have in this spread. Okay, so position 3, how do you offer and deliver wisdom? There's a plane going on overhead. Let's just wait for that to go. And we've got the Knight of Stones, which is a Knight of Pentacles. Dove of Peace there as well. These cards are stunning. I've probably said that a million times. The attributes are spontaneous and confusing, because an illusionist, it is confusing, isn't it? So how do you offer and deliver wisdom? Okay. It's not going to be straightforward, is it? The illusionist is an unusual person filled with youthful exuberance, perhaps a gifted indigo child. Throughout the ages, illusionists have been mythology's tricksters, and this person certainly is no exception. In real life, tricksters are simply misunderstood mystics. The illusionist appears in your reading to spur you to action, without a lot of confusing forethought. If you're up for risky, raw adventure, follow his lead without reservation. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, said the illusionist. Okay, I'm going to have to be a bit brave, I think. And what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for me? And we have the King of Spirals, which would be the King of Wands. Oh, they've all got birds, haven't they? There's a bird there and there and there. That's quite interesting. And here we're in a tree as well. So anyway, this is their attributes of visionary and organizer, and their role is a mentor. So this is my mentor. The deep teacher, that's brilliant, isn't it? A deep teacher, a mentor. The companion turns positive intentions into reality. But be advised, he's a tad overbearing and impatient. Persistent society lends good counsel with your best interests always at heart. The companion's laughing kookaburra bird reminds him to lighten up. If your goals seem elusive and you're banging your head against a wall, it's likely that an obstacle was placed in your path to change your thinking or slow your approach. Step back, discuss it with the companion, and commit to a course of action. Gosh, this deck's so interesting. It's so interesting. Okay, so that's my initial spread for working with this deck. Yeah, it's going to be such a good, exciting journey here with all my companions. Look at this. With all the troop to help me. This is beautiful. We've got wise energy, we've got youthful energy, we've got childlike energy, we've got fae energy, we've got everything in this deck. Okay. Love it. So today is the 8th, and I've decided to do a new moon in Taurus spread because it is new moon in Taurus today. And what I've done, I've taken actual journaling prompts from Michelle_Saya, S-A-Y-A. I've taken their journaling prompts and I'm turning them into a tarot spread, which will be a 3-card spread. And so I'll link below where I got this information from, of course. And so, yeah, 3-card spread. So taking the energy of Taurus and Venus being the ruling planet and all the astrology that's surrounding this energy today or tonight, these are the journal prompts that seemed appropriate. So Taurus is all about pleasure and they're sensuous. So my first question, what simple pleasures bring me the most joy and how can I incorporate more of these into my daily routine? That's the question. And I'm quite tempted actually to use the self-love oracle alongside, so I will do that. I'll just pull these cards first and then I'm going to actually use the self-love oracle to consolidate the spread. Okay, so what simple pleasures bring me most joy and how can I incorporate more of these into my daily routine? Okay, that's 5 of Stones, which would be the 5 of Pentacles. In what area of my life do I need to cultivate more patience? You see, how can I remind myself to appreciate the journey and not just the destination? Beautiful questions. And I have Temperance, Balance, yeah. That's lovely. What makes me feel secure and stable in my life? How can I increase this feeling of security? Six of Mirrors. Beautiful card. Okay, I'm just going to go and get the Self-Love Oracle. Okay, I've brought out the Self-Love Oracle. I did a walkthrough of this deck, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. And I think it'll go alongside the Chrysalis Tarot really well. Especially with this spread as well. So these are the back. Yeah, I think goes well. These are the fronts. Right, so I want you to clarify for me the 5 of stones in this position. And the position was, what simple pleasures bring me the most joy? How can I incorporate more of these into my life? So this would be the 5 of Pentacles. So this card is all about the silver lining in the clouds. If we actually look here at the wild cherry tree, that's the advice actually. So I'm going to ask about a fresh start or an improved outlook to the way I'm living my life at the moment. So how can I improve my outlook on life and not get dragged down? Because I think we all do from time to time, don't we? This creature looks very closed in here, very desolate. So how can we, or how can I actually improve my outlook so that I can incorporate simple pleasures whenever I'm feeling in this sort of mindset? So how do I incorporate the simple pleasures of life whenever I feel desolate? No, you are worthy. Oh, that is beautiful. Abundance is everywhere around you. Feel worthy and open yourself up to receive the many gifts that await you. What a beautiful message for that card. That goes really well, doesn't it? I'm going to do the same for all the cards actually. So that's for this one. For Temperance, how am I going to put these here? Shall I put that one there? Put that one there, I think. And it's, in what areas of my life do I need to cultivate more patience? So we've got some balance in energy here. How can I remind myself to appreciate the journey and not just the destination? So I think it's about bringing more harmony into my life. And the booklet actually recommends meditation, using meditation to bring more patience into my life. It says, meditate upon the natural ebb and flow of life's ups and downs. So that really goes well with that first energy as well, doesn't it? We do have ups and we do have downs. So to meditate on those and know that it's part of life. It's part of life on earth, isn't it? You know, our human experience. So I'd like some clarification, please, on how to bring more balance into my life. Stop and breathe. Lovely. Reality is shaped by what we believe. Take a deep breath, reassess and realign. Let go of what doesn't help the situation. Beautiful. And the final card, the 6 of Mirrors, which would be the 6 of Cups. And I have drawn this card actually a couple of times from the deck. And it's asking what makes me feel more secure in my life and how can I increase this feeling of security. So this is all about our memories and how they can actually affect who we are today. Things that have happened in childhood can form our mindset, the way we perceive things. You know, we can get triggered from childhood trauma, very definitely. This is an Irish she, a childlike, fun-loving nature spirit who's particularly fond of flowers, music and water. So it's talking about fanciful flights of memory. And these are the 6 reflecting pools here and different time periods in our life. It says, for better or worse, energy patterns that affect the present and perhaps mould your future. And it points to unseen activities that rely upon you maintain balance and harmony in your life. So here we are going back to Temperance, and again maintaining balance and harmony will make me feel, will increase my feeling of security. So let's get some clarification from Self-Love Oracle. Know you are safe. This is beautiful. Protection is always available to you. You have all the resources that you need, both within you and around you. That is a beautiful message for today, for the new moon in Taurus, and it's going to help me to feel more stable. Okay, new moon in Taurus.